Hey there, Gemini, and welcome to your week of February 7th, 2022 General Tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your energy, some challenges, and some outcome cards for you, clarifying them all as we go about the reading. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cross-watchers, you're welcome too. Just be aware that the messages might get a little mixed up if you're cross-watching. And these are general readings, so not all this may resonate with you. So don't try to take the stuff that doesn't resonate with you, and we'll be good to go. So without further ado, we're starting off with your energy here, Gemini. We got the Emperor, Six of Cups, and the Death card. The Emperor and the Death cards are Aries and Scorpio's cards respectively. So you may have one or both of those signs in your chart. If you do, that's awesome. Whenever you do, that's whenever you have a card of your own like sign coming in, that means you're coming in a really strong way. So let me know if that's the case. That's always awesome to hear. So this is, even if that isn't, this is just really good energy to be in here at this time, because we got the Emperor, the Six of Cups, and the Death card is really saying you're coming in as the big boss at this time, right? The Emperor is the King of Kings. And that, don't worry about gender, it's just energy, right? It's like you really just bossing up, taking the reins, right? Really taking a good, authoritative, mature energy at this time, very well balanced as well, ready for anything. I love it. With Death and the Six of Cups here as well, it's really telling us that you're ready for a cycle. Like you're starting up some sort of change here right now, or maybe you've recently completed a change, or you're about to go into some sort of a change, some sort of cycle coming to an end here. Something that's leading to very good things in your future here, because you can see the sun coming up here in the distance behind the Death card, right? In the distance between these two pillars. And the sun in tarot is the happiest card in the deck. It's all the positivity and happiness you could ever want. So like we're heading towards that, which is beautiful. And with the Six of Cups, it's really looking at value. It's really looking at things that are rewarding. You know, maybe you're receiving some gifts here in the coming future, or recently have, or have just recently in the past here, or it's just saying like you're really focusing on value, right? What I usually point out with the Six of Cups is that most cups we see in the tarot deck, we cannot see what's inside of them. They're kind of unknown, but we're looking at known quantities here with the Six of Cups. We can see what's inside of them. And in fact, they're kind of overflowing with life. Meaning, in my mind, that this is overflowing, like overflowing with value, overflowing with good, overflowing with positivity and growth. So I think this is super awesome. What a wonderful energy to be in here to start things off, Gemini. So let's take a look and see what we got for some clarifiers for your energy before we move on to some challenges you might be facing. We got the Hierophant, the King of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles here. Nice. And now the King of Wands, as I said, the Emperor is the King of Kings. So your aspect of growth, your aspect of passion and energy and desire seems to be really at the forefront as well. Oh, pardon me there. With the King of Wands, I always say the King of Wands is someone who goes after whatever he wants. You know, regardless of what other people say, right? He lets his freak flag fly, right? It doesn't matter what he's interested in. He doesn't let others like deter him or dissuade him. So I feel like that's really pushing you forward at this time, which is great. Like you're really going after what you want, and you're just mature enough to understand that, like, hey, if you want to, you know, make remarks about it, that's on them. I'm enjoying this because this is what I want. So I think that's really beautiful. Again, with the Five of Pentacles here too, you're focusing on your strengths, focusing on the good, focusing on what you have to be thankful for, what you have to be positive about as well, right? You're not letting people see like maybe the stuff that you wish you had and stuff, or maybe some worries or insecurities you might have. You're really focusing on your strengths. That way the weaknesses just kind of fade into the background and we focus more on the positive, which is beautiful as well. With the Hierophant here on top of all of this, the Hierophant is Taurus's card, so you may have Taurus in your chart as well. Let me know down in the comments below. But the Hierophant really talks about lessons learned. So I feel like you're very receptive to this at this time. You're really receptive to learning really open to the idea of I can improve. Like, I'm not at the pinnacle of life and no one ever will be. One of my favorite lines I heard from someone years ago was, lifetime leaders are lifetime learners. And I think that's really true here, especially where you're coming in as the emperor, right? And you're coming in as the king of wands. You're like a leader, and leaders are lifetime learners, the best ones anyway, right? So this is just a really awesome energy to be in. I feel like you're in a very good headspace and a really good position at this time. So let's take a look at some challenges you might be facing this week and see what's going on there as well here, Gemini. What do we have? We've got the Hermit, sign of Virgo, the Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Now, when I was doing Aquarius's reading, when I actually busted out the clarifiers for their challenges, the 9 and 10 of Swords came out as well, and now it's come out in like your initial reading. Very interesting. Maybe you want to go give Aquarius's reading a checking out after this one. Might be something just in the air with you air signs as well. So, but we have the Hermit here. Like I say, sign of Virgo. So again, you may have Virgo in your chart. You might be dealing with a Virgo this week too. So let me know in the comments below if that's the case. But right here, we're really seeing this sort of there's a lot of like concern at this time. I feel like it's all in your head as well, right? Like, and it's kind of like we were talking about with the Five of Pentacles, where we're focusing on the good. This is kind of like the sort of the what could happen if we let ourselves focus on the negative, right? This could be something that kind of takes over, because the Hermit really talks about focusing on your wishes, right? The star is in your lantern here, and you use that to guide yourself forward. That's actually really funny, because the star is Aquarius's card as well. And like I just mentioned, these two cards also came up in their challenges. So again, lots of going on there. So you should go check that Aquarius reading out too. But the Hermit here, just saying, he's trying to guide himself forward, but in the back of his mind, in the back of your mind, are all these fears and concerns, right? You're worried things are just going to kind of like, this is a good time, and good times don't last, right? You're kind of waiting for that other shoe to drop, that kind of an idea here. And especially with the Nine of Swords, it's really saying like you have a lot of fears and concerns. And I feel like that's stuff that maybe coming a little more to the forefront, right? Like right now, you're coming into the week being very strong, very positive, very focused on the good. But as the week progresses, maybe that's going to kind of creep in a bit. And I would say just try to fight that off as best you can, because I feel like you're in such a good position back here. Don't let this ruin things, right? So let's clarify this up a little bit. See what we got going on here. See what we have. Cat hair all over the place. Damn, guys. They're so furry. So hairy. I love them. Maybe I should have got some hairless cats. Maybe that would have taken care of that problem. But let's see what we got here for you for your clarifiers, for your challenges. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and there's Aquarius. There they are again. They're popping up in your reading all over the place. This is crazy. But we got the Eight of Pentacles, the Star, which is Aquarius' card, and the Knight of Swords. So again, might be dealing with an Aquarius, may have Aquarius in your chart. Probably should go give that Aquarius reading and check it out again. But we got those three cards here. Yeah, again, just worried about your wishes, worried about like your goals, things like that. Worried if that, things aren't, you're not working hard enough. You're not, all the practice and the work you have been putting in so far isn't sufficient enough. And with the Knight of Swords here as well, things aren't moving fast enough for you either, right? Like, it's just kind of like you just kind of want things to hurry up and complete and hurry up and get to the end before the bad stuff can catch up to you, right? So just really focusing on that kind of stuff, I feel like is kind of bring it in, right? Like you heard the phrase, speak of the devil, right? Speak of the devil and he'll appear. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Is like, I feel like if you focus on the negative is going to feed off of that energy you're giving it and manifest, right? Of course, you can't always not think about bad stuff, right? It is going to creep in eventually, but do your best to minimize that, because really, like, again, on this side, it's kind of like, on this side is all your dreams, all the hard work and everything you put in, right? And on this back half is more like the negative, the bad stuff here, right? And it's just try to keep that off of your mind. Try to keep that in the back of your mind, as far back as you can get it, right? Try to just focus on the positive. Focus on all your hard work and good stuff you've been doing so far. All right, let's take a look at your potential outcomes here. See what we got going on for you here, Gemini. Got the Ace of Pentacles. I love to see it. The Tower. And the Ten of Cups. There you go. I love to see that. So yeah, the Ace of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Ten of Cups here. Really, like the Ace of Pentacles is awesome because the Ace of Pentacles is kind of like those seeds that get planted that end up being like really good for you. That positivity, the like planting something of real significant value that will eventually be so good for you that it'll just pay off its dividends, like, you know, tenfold, right? Because eventually we will get to the Ten of Pentacles. So I see this as you're heading towards a really beautiful energy here in the future, especially with that Ten of Cups down here, because the Ten of Cups is your dream life, your dream home, and all that good stuff. The Tower is just telling us that we need to make some sort of a change here. And we need to, we need to make some sort of a change here that's not bringing a chonky cat into the mix. And just focus on that and focus on like a new change, a big kind of shift, and maybe just even in your like your perception of what you want to have happen in your life. Like what's happening here, we're having a big shift in your tarot cards because Journey is here being a bit of a chonker. Oh my god, you're heavy. Somebody needs to put that boy on a diet. But here we are. We just need to have some sort of a change here in order to achieve your dreams and your goals here. You're going to be quite well and aware of. Like it's going to be something that needs to happen in order for you to achieve your goals here. Oh, he's coughing up fur balls now. I told you he's hairy. But yeah, it just feels like this change needs to happen, right? And I feel like that's, like we're talking about your lessons to be learned back here with the Hierophant. It's like you need to be open to like a lesson to be learned here, that like when you feed on the negativity, or when you feed the negativity your time and energy, it's going to power itself up and it's going to be consuming that way, right? But if you focus on the positivity, it's the same thing. The positivity is going to feed on that energy and it's going to grow. So, you know, it's just a matter of which side will you feed? Who will you feed, right? Will you feed the good or will you feed the negative, right? So let's take a look and see what we got here for you for some clarifiers. See if we can get a little more detail on your outcome cards before we move on to your Oracle card. Got that Eight of Swords. You got the Ace of Swords. Oh, we got two here. We'll take them both. And we got the Knight of Cups and we got the Fool here. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. The Eight of Swords is wonderful in particular here because of what we've been talking about here, because the Ace of Swords is about self-imposed restrictions, and that's kind of something you need to do, is like not think about the negative stuff, not think about what you don't have, think about the positive. Oh, excuse me, the positive here, because that's what's going to help you out in the end, right? So you have to kind of, you know, when you catch yourself thinking bad things, is like, no, I can't think about that. Let's focus on the good instead, right? With the Ace of Swords, it's telling us that you can overcome any challenge you face. You can really do this. Like you've got the path, you got it in you, like a sword that cuts through. You can use that sword to cut through the negativity, right? Like a shining blade in the sun, right? So I love that as well. The Knight of Cups, we're well on our way here. You can see there's this river behind him. And he's crossed this river because on this side of the river that this knight is on now is where all of his dreams are. That's where he wants to be in order to achieve his goals. So again, I feel like you've crossed the river here, or you will here in the future. And that's going to be maybe the big change, is that you're going to go from being like ready to go, ready for anything, ready to pursue what you want to, actually actively pursuing it, which is what the Fool is going to tell you to do, is to be kind of free and be, you know, taking those leap of faiths and go out there and, you know, bet on yourself, be a little foolish, you know, don't be afraid to be the fool, right? We were talking about that with the King of Wands a bit, where he lets his freak flag fly, right? We're saying he goes after what he wants. He doesn't care what anybody else says. The Fool doesn't care. Like he's going to go out and play the fool and be the fool, but he doesn't care if people call him a fool or not. He's on his own journey. It's his life. He's the only one whose opinion really matters to him at the end of the day. So people can call him a fool all they want, but at the end of the day, he's doing what he wants and he's free. So who's really the fool, right? So let's take a look at your Oracle card. Tie this all off. I hope this has been resonating. Hope this has been helping you out. I'm going to get you your Oracle message and just a few more shuffles here. See what we got for you. Oh my lord, we got cards flipping and shucking and jiving here all over the place. Oh, that was a few too many, I think. Let's see what we got here. Wow, the cards are really active. Something really wants to come out of here. There's a lot of messages for you here. So let's see what we got for you. All right. Oh, there we go. We've got the White Raven Spirit, Trust in the Magic, number 66. Let's see what we have here for you. For our lovely Geminis, we got the White Raven Spirit. Nothing in the universe is random. For the intricate web of co-creation weaves together all events and has done so since the beginning of time. Consequences have meaning, and the White Raven Spirit appears to remind you to pay attention to those synchronicities so that you might recognize patterns. Even the winds dance in a pattern, participating in the magic of Spirit's plan for all. Align with the highest good and intentions, and you will come to see that. White Raven Spirit is guiding you, an ally to you and a messenger from Spirit. Align with the light, and you will start to recognize that all is working together harmoniously in ways the eye cannot always see, and in the mind's eye always comprehend. The universe is conspiring on your behalf right now, drawing you to light and bringing you the magic and I'm going to start that over again. The universe is conspiring on your behalf right now, drawing you to the light and bringing you the magic and miracles that are your birthright. Now is the time to trust in the magic of the world that is everywhere and in all things. Pay attention to how things come together as if by magic, and you will see the hand of the Great Spirit arranging things in your favor. And we were talking about that a bit here. Is like align yourself with the light, right? And the light, or align yourself with the good. Align yourself with the good intentions. Don't align yourself with the negative stuff. And that's really what we're talking about, is keeping your mind out of the gutter, keeping your mind out of the bad stuff, out of the negativity. And that's gonna like line things up in your favor for you. So I hope that's helped you out, Gemini. I hope that resonated with you. If you want to help out the channel, you can hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.